And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MotorMaster Monday, live from Atlanta Motor Speedway on NASCAR Heat 5. We are rocking and rolling for round 6 of the 2022 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season, hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 5. And as you can see, 23 of these drivers rocking and rolling around this mile-and-a-half oval, high bank, high speeds, and honestly, the right side tires get really cooked here as well. So it's going to be a high-speed chess match all race long, and a kind of a walk on a tightrope for these drivers between speed and tire wear here tonight at Atlanta. Joining me here is my in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall, driver of the number 8 Chevy Camaro here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. Thanks a bunch for joining us. 23 drivers out there, Alex. What's the vibe like so far? Battles all over this racetrack. They're mostly single file towards the front right now, the field being led by the driver of the number 1 Chevy Camaro, and that is Aaron Garcia. It's just out in front there of the 98 Ford. And the defending champion in third in the 08 Chevy Camaro, and that is Jason Doro. Matt Smith in the 2 wins this season, and the pole sitter, or excuse me, and the points leader rather, scored in 4th. There you see him in that red Camaro. It's Bubba Hollywood, Trey Hollywood, rounding out the top 5 in the 51 Chevy Camaro with Jesse Carlson in the lime green Toyota just behind him. There's the 2-time NASCAR World Champion, Even Steven from Gran Turismo Sport. He's scored up there in the top 10. Again, folks, 23 drivers out there rocking and rolling. Jason Armstrong in the 12 rounds out that top 10 group. All chasing Aaron Garcia. He's second in the point standings coming into this one with 2 wins as well. He and the driver in 4th there, Matt Smith, they both have 2 wins apiece, and they're only separated by 2 points coming into tonight's race in the championship standings. What a run so far for Stephen Corley. Scored right there in 2nd, and he's been there for most of the race since the drop of the green flag. Been a bit of a pretty clean start so far. Here comes the defending champ to the bottom, had a good run. It's going to say no contact made, and I don't think there was, but they came awfully close. And now the 98, Stephen Corley, kicked to the outside, no draft help up there. And he's going to fall from 2nd to 4th, and then that black car just behind him, Jordan Dorsek, he just caught this group because of that battle. He was able to work his way through the 2nd group of cars, and now he's caught the front group, and now he joins them at the tail. There's Trey Hollywood. Scored in the 8th position. It's Thomas Kohick in the 38 car, scored in 6th, with Jesse Carlson in the 20 just behind him, scored in 7th. There they are. They're kind of on their own now. It's a pair of cars winning 6th and 7th. They're trying desperately to hang on to the draft with this lead group. Top 5 driving away a little bit here from the rest of the field. These 2 right here trying to join them. That 3rd group. It's a big wad of cars back here from about 8th on back, led by Jason Armstrong in the 12 and Trey Hollywood in the 51. Just behind them, Trenton Prince in the 16, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7s, Jordan Roughton in the 18, the 90 driven by King G. Good to see him back in one of our races. And problems for Jason Pitts. He is off the racetrack in the 99 Toyota. He is done for the day, and I didn't see exactly what started that, but evidently he's done, and he's going to finish in 23rd in today's race. 22 cars still on the racetrack, rocking and rolling. Round 6 of the 5th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. Some of the very best drivers on the NASCAR Heat games have won races and championships here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. And nobody will ever forget the wild battle for the championship last year. 4 wide finish between all 4 championship contenders. 2 of them went up and hit the wall, and 2 went up through the middle and drag raced it to the line for the championship. And it was Jason Doro in the 08 Chevy Camaro walking away the champion on that night. And we were talking a little bit about how 5 cars had kind of separated themselves from the rest of the field. Well, now Stephen Corley in the 98 has dropped out of that lead group and has dropped outside of the top 5 as well. Thomas Kohick in the 38 and Jesse Carlson in the lime green and orange Toyota there, that 20 car. They were both able to drag around him. And now that there's 3 of them right there in a line using the draft, they might have an easier time running down the lead group. Especially now. They're 2 by 2 up at the front of the field battling for the lead. Aaron Garcia has had his hands full with the drivers behind him since the drop of the green flag here in stage 1. And Matt Smith making a huge run to the outside, but he doesn't have enough draft help, I don't think, to make it work and take the lead here in stage 1. And we're going to throw it down to our in-race reporter Alex Tesdahl when he's got a moment to find out how many laps to go in stage 1. Perfect. Thanks a bunch, buddy. Hope you're having an all right run so far. We haven't really been able to go through the field too much. There's been so much drama and action towards the front, but it looks like you're hanging tough in that second group with Trenton Prince and Trey Hollywood. Working their way inside the top 15. And the battle for the lead has not stopped. Jordan Dorsek took a look in the black number 74 car there. He's second in line, second on the racetrack in the running order, and he took a look to the outside for a moment, had a good enough run to maybe do it, but then didn't have enough draft help to complete the pass, and somehow he was able to get back down behind the 1 car before getting freight trained by the 08 and the 2 that are right there with them. And now the 3-car trio, the 3-man band, Thomas Kohick, Jesse Carlson, Stephen Corley, they're actually gaining a little bit of ground on these front 4. And they're heading into 3 and 4 now, and I believe that when they come out of 4, they're going to see the white flag in the air. Running out of laps, running out of corners here. It's the top 5 that get the stage points, but the stage winner, of course, gets that very valuable playoff point. And it's going to be Aaron Garcia capturing the checkered flag, the green and white checkers here in stage 1, and picks up the stage 1 win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's exactly what he wanted to see. It's his 11th playoff point of the season. I believe Jordan Dorsek in the 74 is going to take that second spot. We'll throw it down to Alex Tesdahl for the top 5. Just don't forget to pit. There you have it, folks. There are your stage 1 top 5 finishers. They will receive the stage points. Stage winner, of course, receives that valuable playoff point, which will come in handy once we get into the postseason here on NASCAR Heat 5, 5th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series season here. And we're rocking round 6, stage 2 coming up. They're double file. These drivers all had an opportunity there to take tires, make some adjustments to their cars, get them better for the long run or the short run, whatever they think this race is going to go to. And the green flag back in the air. 22 cars still on the racetrack. Only 1 off the track as of now, I do believe, and that is Jason Pitts in the 99. Oh, and we got a big one. And there's a huge wreck over there in turns 1 and 2, and it's a mess, folks. I think, honestly, it had to have been about 15, 16 cars involved in that one, and the caution has been called here. Yellow flag waves. And I think it started with the 1 car who won stage 1. He spun right in front of everybody. I don't know if contact was made or not. There must have been. And he went airborne for a moment, and everybody behind him had nowhere to go. Alex, did you see anything about what happened there? No doubt. And this changes the complexion of stage 2 drastically, because, I don't know, if you got damage in that, you definitely need to come to pit road. If you didn't, you can maybe stay out. Your tires didn't get much green flag action yet. You might be able to get some track position out of the deal. And that's a heartbreaker for Aaron in the 1 car. He's going to restart at the very tail of the field after winning stage 1. The green flag back in the air. The Team JCR car running 1-2 as they go into turn 1. The 74, Jordan Dorsek, the 38. Thomas Kohik, but here comes Jordan Roughton in the 18. He's looking for second place. Oh, they touched a little bit. And the 36 of Bailey Steffler, the Canadian driver, up there in the Alex Labbé machine in the top 5. Everyone jockeying for position. Top 4, I believe, are single file now. Make that the top 5. The first side-by-side battle for position up towards the front is for 6 between Trey Hollywood and Jesse Carlson. And now they fan back out to single file. The 3-wide action is deeper in the pack, and everybody from about the top 12 on forward now has a little bit of breathing room. And we can confirm the 89 machine. Old Pluto off the racetrack, done for the day. 21 cars left on the racetrack. How about Dave Marks Jr. in the 68 car, making another run here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. Ran full-time for a couple of years in a row now. In his own business outside of sim racing, and it's a little bit tougher for him to commit full-time to several different leagues. So it's good to see him find the time to run and get back in the hunt here for the championships in NASCAR on the NASCAR Heat Games. They're all chasing. Jordan Dorsek in the 74. Thomas Kohik runs in second. Jordan Roughton running in third. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in fourth. Bailey Steffler, the Canadian driver, rounding out the top 5. Long way to go in this one. And you can see a lot of patience being used by some of the drivers that are a little bit quicker, that are mired back in traffic as of right now. Matt Smith in the 2, Aaron Garcia in the 1. Nowhere to go for them at this time. They're 2 by 2 in front of them, and they're both just trying to make smart moves and get back towards the front and compete for the win. Strong run for Jeffrey Robinson Jr. How about it? Former NASCAR champion on NASCAR 15. Been racing in NASCAR for years and years now. No wins in his NASCAR MotorMaster Series career. And he would love to change that here tonight. He found victory lane in 2021 in the NASCAR Legend Series, driving those Cup cars. And he's got a strong ride here today, running in fourth, and that group there that's running second on back to fifth is starting to get a little bit closer to your race leader. They're using the draft to their advantage. Top 5 has kind of stretched the rest of the field, but the drivers second to fifth are definitely making some headway on your front runner, Jordan Dorsek. And here's that second group. Jason Doro, the defending NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion in the 08, running in 6th. He's got Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, right behind him. Josh went winless here in the MotorMaster Series last season. And he's had a couple of rough races to start his 2022 season here so far. He's looking to really rebound here tonight. Triple header. And he needs points. Talking about Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 car, and he is, of course, your 2021 NASCAR Legend Series champion in those Cup cars. And it is great to see Bailey Steffler in the 36 having a good run here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He didn't get stage points in stage 1, but he's running in 5th here in stage 2. He's out here logging laps, trying to get some seat time and learn as much as he can, absorb the physics and graphics engine on this game, and kind of get his wheel calibrated and get everything ready to make a run for wins later on down the stretch. And he's already turning a lot of heads here. Up there running in the top 5, just lost the 5th place position to the defending champion. That third group just caught this group, so they're coming with a huge head of steam. And I don't, Bailey might have no choice but to move over to the top line. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. And if he can tuck back in line behind these drivers and keep the draft with them, he should be just fine. How about Harold Burton in the 39 car? Started back in NASCAR on NASCAR 15 many years ago, along with Jeffrey Robinson Jr. and others that are still here and racing. Solid start to him for the 2022 truck season, but he missed one or two races to start this season here for the MotorMaster Series, so he's looking to kind of climb out of the hole he dug himself in. But if anyone could do it, it's definitely Harold Burton. He wins in his NASCAR career. A couple came back in 2021. 10-4, and that was Triple Crown winner Alex Tesdahl. Informing us that we don't have much time to go here. We got one on their side deep in the field. I think Bailey Steffler spun in the 36, and he did. A couple of cars had nowhere to go, but the end of the stage is here. Jordan Dorosek is going to claim the Stage 2 win, while there was chaos on the back straightaway. I didn't see what happened to the 36 car. Whew. Man, that was a wild end to the stage after a nice long run there. Give us the top 5, Alex, whenever you're done with your pit adjustments. All right. And how about Josh Colm-Diaz in that 7 car, climbing all the way up to 5th in Stage 2 after restarting at the very back and being involved in that huge wreck that began this stage. So good for him, and good for the 2-time NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion, Matt Smith, as well. The 2 car rallying back, the points leader, to get some stage points here after the same thing, same situation. He needed to restart at the tail of the field pretty much, and he worked his way all the way inside the top 5. This is it. Final stage time. 23 cars started, and I believe we have 21 left on the racetrack. The green flag has been shown, and it's still anybody's race. And around went the 66 went around right in front of a number of cars, and oh, the 98 just did a cartwheel in the air there, and the caution flag waves. Yeah, there was a number of cars involved in this one. Jesse Carlson was one of them. Jason Doro, Stephen Corley, Trenton Krentz, Bailey Steffler, and others all involved, getting minor damage in this one. It started with the 66 car. Let's see if I can find him here. I haven't found it. There we go. It's TGS Predators that I believe it started with. He spun just in front of a couple of cars. He might have got his left side tires down on the apron just a little bit. And at a track like Atlanta, where the banking is so high, it really doesn't take all that much, and it'll just bring you right around. And you know, a number of cars right behind him that had nowhere to go. Third caution of the race. It's an 82-lap event, round 6 of the 2022 season, 5th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series season, and it's going to get wilder and wilder as the laps wind down here, and these drivers, the urgency is going to pick up for all of these drivers chasing after this win. The green flag is in the air, and they are thundering into turn 1. Jordan Dorosek, Matt Smith, Aaron Garcia, the top 3. Dave Marks Jr. in the 68 car, all the way up in 4th. It's the highest he's run all race long. Just on the inside of Thomas Kohick and the 38 machine. I think that they made contact. Jason Doro is going to go to the inside, 3 wide, and Doro, I think, hit the apron, came up into the side of Dave just a little bit. Dave made contact with the 38, and there's a huge wreck behind them. And you heard it from Alex Tesdahl, the caution flag waves, and I could see that coming. There was a wild 3 wide move there by Jason Doro, and normally he pulls those off with little difficulty and no contact, but I think that in this particular case, I think he hit the apron. He went up and hit Dave afterwards. Dave hit Thomas, and behind them, it was like an accordion effect. And I think I called it, Alex. It's going to get wilder and wilder as the laps click away. The urgency is going to pick up. These drivers know that if they're starting mid-pack or at the back, they got little to no time to get all the way up there and challenge for this win. So, I don't know, the urgency has picked up. Welcome to NASCAR. Here the wins mean everything. Every race, every finish, every lap led is documented and archived. Everything matters. The green flag is back in the air. We're rocking the final stage here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 21 cars left out there, 23 started, and I believe everybody's still on the lead lap. Everyone's got a really good shot at winning this thing. They had a pretty clean start so far. Looked like Jesse Carlson in the lime green car might have went on the apron a little bit, and he slid up the track as a result of that. And now you see Trey Hollywood, Josh Colm-Diaz trying to take advantage. They're going to the bottom. That's a little bit just outside the top 10. There's Eric Garcia, second in the points. Won stage 1 in this race. He's running just outside the top 5, looking to get back in there. Two-time NASCAR World Champ Trenton Krentz trying to work his way back forward, just deeper in the field. Looked like Jesse Carlson lost control, but I think he kept it up against the wall to avoid any... Oh, we do. There's a wreck deeper in the field, and it started with the lime green car of Jesse Carlson. I saw him go up, and I think he made contact with another car, and then afterwards he went up and into the outside wall. That other car went down towards the inside, and I think there was a wreck in behind them there. Fourth caution of the race. I was trying to figure out who he made contact with. I think Bailey Steffler got a piece of this. He's had terrible luck in this one when it comes to on-track incidents. Bailey, of course, was up there in the top 5 at one point. In-race reporter Alex Tesdall has worked his way up into the top 5. How's the car, Alex? Is the clean air the solution? Perfect. Good luck to you. Good day ever. And we have a new race leader for now. Trying to figure out who it is exactly. It's a custom paint job and a brand new driver in this. It's typical. Typical in the number 19 Toyota. Leads the way down into turn 1. Whoa, he went down below the yellow line there. That had to have spooked Jeffrey Robinson Jr., who's just behind him. But how about typical staying out there to lead a lap in his first start in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series? Good action. From the front of the pack all the way to the back, they are still 2 by 2 all the way back. And we have a new race leader, in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall. Brand new ride this year, and he takes the lead for the first time in this race in the number 8 Chevy Camaro. Oh, but for how long? He led that last lap. Jordan Dorsek had a run. He had the bumper there. Looked like Alex tried to shut the door, but the 74 had a bumper. Oh, the 74 got loose down low and nearly came up and collected both of them into the wall. Oh, contact with the wall with Jeffrey Robinson Jr. I didn't see how he got up there, but he is now dropped outside of the top 5. And now a new race leader, a lead change. Jordan Dorsek in the 74, with Matt Smith trying to go to the bottom down the back straightaway, looking for second. Defending champ Jason Doro worked his way back inside the top 5. There you see him in the 08 black and silver Chevy Camaro. Aaron Garcia in the 1 right there as well. Alex gets in line in the 5th place position. King G right behind him in 6th. Thomas Pohick in 7th. Trey Hollywood in 8th. Jordan Roughton in 9th. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. rounds out the top 10 here in these closing laps in the final stage. We'll get an update on that from Alex here in just a moment. Oh! And Jordan Roughton in the 18 turned. There was a wild wreck there. I didn't see exactly. Oh my goodness, and there are cars doing cartwheels over in turn 1. We're definitely going to have a yellow, I figured. Yeah, that was a hard hit. And it all started in about the 6th and 7th place positions. It looked like Jordan Roughton, I don't know, his car turned dead right, and he nailed the 38 of Thomas Kohick hard into the wall in the tri-oval on the front stretch. And behind them, nobody had anywhere to go. Those two cars came to almost a dead stop right in front of a lot of them, and there was pretty much no way of avoiding it. How many laps to go? Yeah, it's going to burn a couple. Okay, 20 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, round 6 of the season, and it's been a wild one. I guess we expect no less when it comes to these NASCAR MotorMaster Series races. When you look at the track history, most of them have been wild and exciting. It's the way we like it. Green flag back in the air. 20 laps to go in the final stage. Dorsek has the lead. Matt Smith in second. Jason Doro third. Aaron Garcia fourth. King G fifth. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. rebounds back to sixth. The Canadian Bailey Steffler is rebounded back to seventh. Alex Tesdahl in eighth. Quentin Prince in ninth. Jordan Roughton rounding out the top 10. Still 21 cars left out on the racetrack. Rocking and rolling. Oh, and up and into the wall went the 74. I think there was contact between he and Matt Smith. Either that or he got loose on his own. Wish we had a replay of that, but he's going to lose the lead because of this. Jordan Dorsek falls back outside of the top 3 and into 5th. And that gives the race lead to Matt Smith in the 2 car. 2 wins for him this season. Came into tonight's race as the points leader with 11 playoff points as well. He's got the defending champ, Jason Doro, right behind him in that black car. Aaron Garcia in the 1. He won stage 1 in this race. He's running in 3rd, 2nd in the points. In 4th, the newcomer, King G, with 1 top 5 finish already, and that was his debut race. Followed it up with a bit of a more rough finish, but it was all bad luck in that one for him. And sorry, I got tongue-tied there for a moment. Aaron Garcia made a wild move for 2nd on Jason Doro, the defending champ, and he did it. Put that number 1 Chevy Camaro back into 2nd, and now the drivers who are 1st and 2nd in the point standings coming into this race, now running 1-2 on the racetrack. Good battles all over this racetrack. Everybody holding their line, doing a good job, using the draft to their advantage. Some of these drivers trying to get some track position here before the end of this one. The top 5 have separated themselves from the rest of the field. The driver in 6th, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., trying to lead that 2nd pack back up to them, and I do think that they are catching them at times. It's got Alex Tesdahl, Bailey Steffler, Trey Hollywood, and more right behind them. Been a solid race for the Canadian driver Emily as well, and at number 15, Chevy Camaro. She practiced a lot earlier today for Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, and that is later tonight, so definitely keep your eyes on her for that one. And with under 15 laps to go here at Atlanta, I don't know, we've seen a little bit of everything in this one. Seen long runs, short runs, seen 2, 3 wide, and we've seen them just like this as well, where they get separated and they kind of spread out and get single file and kind of get into a rhythm, settle themselves in. So who knows how this is all going to unfold with under 15 laps to go. What we do know is that the two drivers on top of the point standings, 2 wins apiece, running first and second, with the defending champion right behind them in third, the newcomer King G running in fourth, looking for that first career NASCAR MotorMaster Series win. And it's Jordan Dorsek in the 74 running in fifth with these drivers right in there in the pack. 10 wins for him last season and came close to winning the championship. Excuse me, 9 wins last season, but now he's captured his 10th career MotorMaster Series win since then, and that was here in 2022. Jordan got underneath King G. King goes back to the 5th position in that 90 car. There could be some strategy there. King might be trying to save those tires a little bit. How many to go? Perfect. 10 laps remaining at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. It's been quite the race here so far. Like I said, we've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen cars doing cartwheels. We've seen 2 and 3 wide action. We've seen many different leaders. And we've seen breakout performances from a couple of these drivers. Checking in on the second group of cars, 9 laps to go. It's being led by the former NASCAR champion on NASCAR 15, the blue car, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61. And he scored in 6th. Alex Tesdall in the 8 car just took a look to the inside. He's challenging for that spot. Jordan Roughton scored in 8th just behind them. And Alex is going to successfully take that position. Jordan in 8th. Josh Colm-Diaz in 9th. Jesse Carlson rounds out the top 10. Thomas Kohick in the 38 car right there in 11th. Remember, Jordan Roughton and Thomas, they were both involved in that most recent incident, and now they're there, right there on the track with each other. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this race unfolds and to see if those boys can play nice. And a Canadian driver, Bailey Steffler, just behind them, scored in 13th in that 36 car, looking for his best career finish here today at Atlanta. No change up at the front so far. I think that these drivers are just kind of waiting until there's not very much time left, and then they're going to start trying to make all of these moves. If you can wait until there's only a lap or 2 to go, and then you can successfully complete a couple of passes or even one pass and take that lead, it gives the other drivers little to no time to try to counter that, get a good run with the draft, and try to pass you back. But if you make the move now, those drivers have another 6 or 7 laps still to try to calculate the speed, calculate the draft perfectly, slingshot their way around here, or at least make it hard for you to get a bumper to the inside. I think it is going to take a pass to the inside to win this race. I don't know if anybody's going to venture up to the top to try to risk taking the lead and give up second or third in the process. And I don't know if many others are going to go with them to try to complete that pass. I believe they have only 5 or 6 laps remaining when they hit the line this time by. And the strategy Alex Tesdall, I guess, is kind of hoping for, the driver running in 6th, the lead car of that second group. He wants these 5 to start racing each other, racing hard 2 and 3 wide so they can close up the gap a little bit and maybe capitalize if some of these drivers battle a little too hard and maybe spin themselves out. But still, Matt Smith leading, Aaron Garcia in second, Jason Doro, the defending champ, in third, King G in the 90 in fourth, Jordan Dorsek in fifth. Now Jordan trying to go back to the bottom and make that pass again. He's done it a couple of times, trying to take fourth there from King and keep it. I think it's going to come down to timing. I think it's going to come down to when you make that move and who goes with you and what the others do to try to counter it. There you see the 74 of Jordan Dorsek going to the top side. And then he thought better of it. He came back down to the bottom. See, it looked like King was actually going to go with him there. And now King, 2 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Special thanks to Alex Tesdall, who's running in 6th, for all the information that he's been giving us all race long to keep us informed, to keep the viewers at home informed as well. Oh, Aaron had a big run there, and he almost was able to get to the inside of Matt Smith. He's going to have one more shot at him here before the end of this race. Jason Doro was giving him one heck of a push, and now Jason gets to the inside of Aaron. The white flag has been shown. Now I think that's all she wrote for Aaron Garcia. He doesn't have the preferred line and he has no draft help. Question is, can Aaron get back in line? And the question is, can Jason Doro get a good enough push to get to Matt Smith before the end of this thing? I don't think he's going to. And coming out of 3 and 4 for the final time, 3rd win of the season, Matt Smith wins at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The points leader gets the job done, and the defending champ Jason Doro is going to finish in 2nd. King G is going to finish in 3rd, and it's new best career finish right there for him in the 90 car. Jordan Dorsek 4th, and Aaron Garcia in the 1 car came in 2nd in the points tonight. He's going to finish in 5th. What a race, what a finish, and Alex Tesdall holds on for the 6th place position, first car in line at that 2nd group. Take photos of the results for me. You there? Awesome. Whew, what a race and what, what a finish. Third win of 2022 for Matt Smith in the 2 car. And I'm only assuming he extends that points lead. I don't think he got points in stage 1, but I know he did for stage 2. Actually, getting word now he did get points in both. So I can only imagine he further extends that points lead. Congratulations to Matt Smith and that entire number 2 car, or number 2 team rather. And we'll see if we can get a couple of post-race interviews before we finish things up and wrap things up here from Atlanta. All right, let's see me mess this up somehow. So let's begin the post-race interviews, and I think we're awaiting the arrival still of King G, the driver of the 90. There he is. I believe he just popped in. Yes, I do. Just wondering. I can't find the 90 car on my menu. There he is. Perfect. A solid run here tonight for King G, the driver of the number 90 Chevy Camaro. A personal best finish for him in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. It's only been your 3rd start, and already you've got 2 top 5s. Seems like you're fitting in very well. You had a good shot to win this one, buddy. Tell me how it all unfolded from behind the wheel of that 90 car in those closing laps. Yeah, you did a great job. If you could redo those last 10 laps, would you have changed anything? Do you think you could have done anything to get the track position in that lead group with Flash 9 and the others? Solid stuff. Solid top 5 finish for you. Good luck to you the rest of the way here in the 2022 MotorMaster season. And the driver finishing in second, and many of you guys know him, the defending NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion, and that is Jason Doro. Ran a strong race, was up there in the top 5 for most of it, but he had to rebound actually as well to get that track position back at one point. He had a solid run all the way around. Tell us how it all unfolded from behind the wheel of that car.
The '08 was fast tonight. Just working with my teammates and trying to get the right balance of the car and be patient. Got caught up in a couple of wrecks. It happens. Just bounce back, pedal to the rug, and see where it finished. I know Flash was out front, so it's just a matter of following him around the track. And Black Cross got down in the second, got underneath me, got in the second. Just followed those guys. I know JWoww was up there pushing the issue, trying to get in that top 3. Just tight racing. And happy for Flash 9 to get the win and on the Canadian Tire.
It looked like it was really tough to advance any kind of track position at the very end. Everyone looked so evenly matched. Was there any grip on the outside line to make a pass up there? We saw the 74 try it, but he didn't get too far.
Yeah, there was some grip going into the corners on the upper lane, but coming out, you just didn't have the RPM, and the guys on the bottom would beat you out every time. So, hats off for him trying, but it was a losing effort.
10-4 on that. Yeah, it looked like that from up here as well. For anyone, that is. Outside line didn't have too much today. Congratulations on a runner-up finish, and good luck at Canadian Tire.
Thanks, Timon.
On to victory lane we go. And a familiar face, folks. You guys all know him as Flash 9, and many also know him as Matt Smith, one of the very best here on the NASCAR Heat games and has been for a couple of years now. And another solid drive out there for you, picking up a win in the NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series yet again and extending that points lead. Third win of the season, and you really had to work for this one. Take us through those last laps trying to hold off Aaron Garcia, Jason Doro, Jordan Dorsek, and others.
It was a battle. Sorry if I sound a little funny. I'm going through something with my throat tonight, so but anyway, it was fun, trying to hold a good line and keeping the one car back. He's been a contender, I think, in every single race so far this season, and him already getting 2 wins is big for him. So I was more just trying to pay attention to my fuel. Didn't take gas on the final pit stop there, so was making sure that I didn't burn too much, so where I would sputter before crossing the line, and luckily I just had enough.
Very good, actually. That's really smart as well. Lighter car and a little bit more speed, risk versus reward that way. What are your expectations for the rest of this season? Many know that you just barely missed the championship last year. Many know you're a 2-time Cup champion in NASCAR. Where do you think you stand amongst the top 4 or 5 drivers here in the series, and what are your expectations the rest of the way as we go for 2022?
I think the last MotorMaster season, JWoww and I both had visions of setting the new win record, and we both ended up tying it. So there's plenty of talent in this series to where if you can get close to double-digit wins, I would say that's a heck of an accomplishment. I'm not out trying to set a specific number, just trying to take advantage of the opportunities that I'm given. And a lot of us, we've been in these positions before. You just have to close out at the end. And like Jason and I think I started 23rd out of 23 cars for this race by lap 3 or 4, I was up to 5th already. So it's just how you play, getting through the wrecks sometimes and getting lucky. So we'll just try to be on the right side of the luck bank and get as many trophies as we can.
So far, you seem to be on the right side of everything, my friend. Congratulations on a solid win here tonight at Atlanta.
All right, thank you. Hope to be talking to you real soon.
All right, and before we close things out, we'll throw it down to our in-race reporter, Alex Tesdahl. Alex, what was your take on this race? You had a solid run. You finished in 6th, and I don't know, like I was saying, we kind of saw a little bit of everything. Yeah, some of our races, Alex, they start off wild and crazy, but then they get calm towards the end. And then, like you just said, sometimes it starts off calm, and then it gets crazy towards the end because everyone's trying to win. Tonight, it seemed to be a bit wild towards the beginning of the runs. Am I right? Kind of strange how that works, and I wonder what the system is with that. Yeah, but overall, it was a solid race. We saw a little bit of everything, and hopefully the viewers had a great time watching. And keep your eyes on the NOSSCAR YouTube channel, folks. A lot more action coming your way in the upcoming days, and we will see you again next MotorMaster Monday on NASCAR Heat 5. Good night, everybody. Stay fast.